everybody, welcome back. This is some TikTok beef that left a mess.
These people are stealing my room. And no, they're not just copying my ideas or recreated my content. They literally stole my videos without giving me any credit. So this is my original video.
What?
Now you may say that they could just live in the same building. No, I know for a fact that they don't live in this building. It is impossible for this to be another apartment in my building. If you look at the cars and even the clouds, the lightning, the weather, it is impossible for everything to look exactly the same like that. I couldn't even bother changing the sound, like they use my sound. This is not the first time that they have done this. In this video, I put a heart here to cover a logo. And
you can, a little black heart.
Well, because obviously it's green screen, they cannot take it out. The cars are exactly the same, the sky, the clouds, the lights in all the apartment buildings here are also exactly the same. And they even use the same song that I use. Now, as a content creator, I understand that when a certain kind of content kind of pop off or went viral, there are going to be people creating similar content or put their own spin on it, which is fine, but this is not the case. This is not recreating, this is not even copying. They literally took my content and stole everything about it. They gave me no credit. They obviously want people to think that this is their original content, that this is their room. And if you read the comments in their videos, a lot of people are confused. People are now thinking that this is just a green screen or this could be a hotel. Or some people even think that I green screen their content. They literally just cut me out of my own videos in my own room. And as a content creator, this is just really horrible. Because nobody wants your work and your content to be so blatantly stolen from you like this. You might like my content or not, but it's still my ideas and my intellectual property. So yeah, I just want to post this to officially clarify that this is my room. These people are stealing my videos.
Wow.
And I feel like if I'm not going to say anything, they're going to keep doing that. I just think that is very unfair, and this is a horrible thing to happen to any creators out there. Just please stop stealing my content, stop stealing my videos. This is the bed.
Yeah.
This is the view that you guys always see, and this is my room. I have my puppy crate there, bedside table. This is the view. It is not green screen. This is a panoramic view. It's gonna look different every time you change the angle. And this is where I film my outfit videos. This is another angle of the room.
Yeah, safe to say that's her room. Wow, that is insane. All right, you know how I feel about copying on this channel? I think that when it's like you're taking inspiration from someone and you're kind of like switching it up a little bit and making it your own, that's one thing. I don't really think that you can really get mad at someone for copying you. But this is just literally copy paste. Like they took her background, made a bed, put it in front of it. And I've actually seen this video with like the two girls here. Like I've seen it and I'm just like, oh, that's a really, really cool video. But I had no idea that they took the background from somebody else. Is it copying? I mean, I think the least they could have done is say inspired by and then the original creator's name. And they posted a tutorial on Instagram of how they stole the idea of another person. Wow, wow. It does look like they're pretty young, so I'm not sure that they really understand that these things are not okay. I don't think anybody's taught them that. Not trying to excuse the behavior, but I think that the least you can do in a situation like this is to give credit to the original creator. I do it, we do it on this channel. We go to extreme lengths to make sure that every creator is credited. Is it copying? You let me know. Does the original creator have a right to be upset?
Why are you coming after me for a meme? I didn't mean it. It was literally SZA. So I sent a message back that was like, "Why? You're 15 years older than me. Why are you coming after me?"
That right there, what she just said, grinds my gears. And we're gonna talk about it, okay? Because here's the thing, you teenagers just lurking on the internet, you need to understand something. That if you're gonna willingly choose to bat in somebody's league, then you better not be shocked when that person chooses to throw you a curveball.
Yeah.
I'm like very sporty spice right now. But seriously, like the number of times that I have seen the most vile, hateful, disgusting, just bullying type comments on TikTok and on Instagram. It's always from like these young teenagers. The moment that the person they're being mean to claps back and says, hey, like, can you like not be mean to me? It's always, aren't you like 15 years older than me? Why are you even responding to me? How weird are you? Like,
Yeah.
Scary. Like the manipulation, the gaslighting, terrifying. And we have like age limits for social media apps for a reason, because some of y'all are just, you don't know how to handle yourselves on the internet. You don't know how to act with decorum, okay? And this is a perfect example. So for those of you who don't know what's going on, this random person who's apparently super young and a teenager, blah, 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 posted some joke about SZA, who's like a famous singer, and it was kind of an offensive joke, and SZA took issue with it. So SZA privately messaged this person and was like, hey, like, that's not okay what you said about me. SZA is in her 30s and she is famous. Okay, she's also still a human being.
Period.
And when you post something on the internet about anybody, no matter who they are and how famous they are, and it offends them, they have every right to reach out to you and say, hey, that offended me and that wasn't okay.
I remember when this first went viral, there was a joke that was going around on social media where people would post Instagram stories that said, SZA whack, like even at her concert. And SZA came out publicly and said that she doesn't appreciate these types of jokes. She finds them personally hurtful and she doesn't like it. So this fan thought it would be a great idea to go ahead and revive the trend, the SZA is whack trend, post it to her story on Instagram, tag SZA, and SZA got upset and she DM'd this fan and said this isn't okay. Just so we're all up to speed.
Like, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that at all. And just because you're, 18 years old, that does not absolve you from the consequences of your actions. It's so ironic because you guys literally sound like the boomers who you are constantly talking about, and rightfully so, because it'll be like, you know how boomers will say the most offensive things, or they'll like bully a cashier. And then when the person defends themselves and is like, hey, you can't treat me that way, it's always, respect your elders. How dare you tell me I can't treat you that way? I'm 65 years old. I have earned the right to disrespect you. Like, that's how you sound. You sound incredibly insufferable. Sorry. So stop. If you're going to get on the internet and post mean things, the person might see it, even if they're famous. And now you know. Don't be an asshole, period.
And she tagged her too. She literally tagged SZA. SZA's one of my favorite artists, so I'm a little bit biased. All right, so this is an example video of like the meme joke that was going around, okay? So at a SZA concert and people are posting this on their stories. Ha ha ha, so funny, blah blah blah, SZA is so whack. Like, I don't know, I just don't really find that funny.
For the weird, stay weird, because, you know, we're not going to block you. We're not going to do any of that weird shit. We're just going to let you keep watching. Yeah. Because that's what winners do. And I love for you to watch me win. It feels so healthy. It feels so great. Maybe you'll be inspired to get the f off your earth and all of my mentions and all of the comments and stop being hating.
Yeah. A+ response. To a certain extent, it comes with the territory. Being bullied online comes with being a public figure. But that doesn't absolve you if you choose to bully people online. That doesn't absolve you from getting clapped back at. If a celebrity that is being bullied somehow slips into your DMs and decides to have a conversation with you and tells you that they don't appreciate what you said, don't play the victim. You're not the victim here. This is what we call the consequences of your actions. How I live knowing one of the biggest music artists of the decade personal hate DM'd me for an hour straight.
Oh, you were 3 seconds to guess who it was.
What?
It was literally SZA. So I went to the SOS tour, and there's this like viral meme that was posted like a couple years ago. You know, SZA whack. If you know, you know. So obviously I recreated it and I posted it on the gram, whatever. So I posted it to my 250 Instagram followers, and then SZA commented this. She said, "Y'all not human and it's sad." I deleted it because I was embarrassed. And she also DM'd me and said, "Not okay, space period." So I was like, oh my god, why is SZA in my DM? So I just said, sorry, it was just a joke. I didn't think she'd come back to it or anything. I was like, what? But she came back to it, obviously. You can read it here.
So this is what she said. Before I block you, I just want to remind you that I'm a person. I have feelings and a life and anxiety like everyone else. It is really hard to have courage to get up on stage and even want to do my job. So she's literally trying to like help this person, like empathize with her. She's not just like a puppet. She's a human being, and this is something that upset her, and she wanted to have a conversation with this person.
So I sent a message back that was like, why, you're 15 years older than me, why are you coming after me for a meme? I didn't mean it. Obviously I didn't think you're whack, you know. I spent all this money on your show, like, why are you coming after me, a genuine fan, instead of your real haters? And, you know, she said that, classic. Then she DM'd me like 10 times in a row and said all this. I didn't curse at you, call you names, you lacked empathy, humanity, all this. I'm like, okay, girl. She said no one's coming after you. She said she was gonna block me, and then she said, and I was like, then what's this account? I was like, what's this account? Why did they text me and say that? And she was like, I didn't say anything to anyone. I left a public comment like, what are you gonna do? Call the media and be like, oh my god, this Maya said that I was whack. Like, what are you gonna do? There's just so much power imbalance. I just don't get it. My mistake. Like, I thanked you for coming. She's so back and forth in this. And the punctuation. She said she's been really respectful and it didn't have to be this deep. It really didn't, but she was the one who kept like bringing it up. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. She was the one who wouldn't just leave it alone. It's not even a hate comment. It's just, I'm just like, girl, you need to take a chill pill. You can have your feelings and everything, but when you're famous on such a wide scale, there's bound to be things like that. You can't control every single negative thing someone says about you. And I didn't even say anything negative. I was recreating a meme. And then I said all this, you know, I was like, I'll delete it, but the joke's gonna keep going on, be past me, da 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 da. You can't control everything. It's just a silly joke.
That she said she didn't like.
It hurt your feelings. I don't know why she was coming after me instead of like someone who actually doesn't like her. I'm obviously a fan and it's obviously a joke. Why was she coming after me so hard? She was like, you wanted me to see that. You have 17 million Instagram followers.
Well,
I tagged
not like
you.
she could have told that.
I didn't think you were gonna see it because like 1 million people tagged you on everything all the time. I don't get it. What do you think, girl?
I don't know. Am I wrong about this? Because, like, I just really feel like if you're gonna put negative stuff on the internet about people you claim to like, then you shouldn't be surprised if those people try to call you out about it and try to talk to you. SZA went into her DMs. She didn't, like, you know, post anything publicly. And sometimes you genuinely do want to understand why people are mean to you. You know, like, just because you're, like, a public figure or whatever doesn't mean that you don't have feelings. And this fan was just like, right one on the wrong day. Is that the right term for it? And this fan was just wrong one on the right day. Anyways, that left a whole mess. And I am biased because I do like SZA. I think that she's lovely, an amazing musician, amazing singer. And I can sympathize because sometimes it's like, you wish you could just talk to the people that don't like you and find out why.
So I went on a date with a very popular TikToker on here about 2 weeks ago. And boy, howdy, was it interesting. So I follow him on TikTok and Instagram because I think he's hilarious and I think he's super cute. And he posted something on his Instagram that was about like some message that went wrong on his Hinge with a girl. And think about me, if I'm interested, I'm gonna shoot my shot. You know what I mean? So I was like, hey, I'm available, what's up? And he DMs me back like immediately. And he's like, hey, what are you doing tonight? Come hang out. And I'm like, does this man think does this man think I'm a booty call or something? And then I realized it was Saturday night and I was like, oh, and I told him, I was like, sir, do you think I'm a booty call? Because you got the wrong idea. And we like joked back and forth, but he told me he was out with his friends. I don't usually go out on Saturdays anymore because I'm sober now and I'm kind of a homebody. He's sober too. So I'm like, wait a second, it's Saturday, you're sober, I'm sober, like maybe this could actually be fun. So I'm like, okay, I'll meet you out. So I start getting ready. I finish getting ready and he's like, look, I'm about to ditch my friends. Like, where do you want to meet? I just want to hang out with you. I just want to talk to you. So now it's like a date, I guess. At this point, it's like 11 o'clock at night. This is not something I would normally do. So he's like, let's meet at Barney's Beanery, which I've lived in LA for 6 years. I've never gone to Barney's Beanery. Maybe I'm not in the scene enough. I don't know. I know that sometimes people go there, but whatever. I was like, I'll go there. As long as there's Diet Coke, even better if there's food. So we go there and it's closed for a private event. So I suggest we go to the Chateau, and if you guys know me, I live at the Chateau, because I know that the Chateau is going to let me loiter on a Saturday at midnight. And he just moved here, so the Chateau is kind of cool. And by just moved here, I'm pretty sure he's been here for like a year, maybe and a half. So I get there before him, I walk in, da-da-da. He trails behind, and we meet in the driveway. I'm like, hey, and he's like, hey, sorry that place is closed. And I'm like, it's no problem. He goes, I know it's super rude to ask this right away. And by the way, he seems like he's out. He seems like he just rode on a snowmobile.
Oh yeah, not sober.
You know
Got it.
But he's sober, I guess. ancient. And I'm like, how old do you think I am? Because I'm just thrown off by the question. And he was like, I don't know, 26. And I said, I'm 28. He's 26, by the way. And he goes, that's old. I'm like, okay.
Okay.
Like, I just got us into this place. And I'm like, okay. I've gone on so many weird dates living in LA that I just like, whatever at this point. So we start drinking our Diet Cokes, and I'm like, dude, are you sure you're sober? Because you seem yacked out. He's like, yeah, I just have, he lists like all these things that he has. And I'm like, okay, man. I thought this was going to be a super cute date. And I'm like, God, yeah. So I just try to salvage the evening, and we have a nice time. You know what I mean? Like, I just stopped taking it seriously and take him for the funny person that he is and just like, joke back with him. And I'm like, I'm already out. I put on makeup at 11 p.m. I never do that. So I'm going to drink my Diet Coke and look cute. Along our conversation, there were two things that he said that I'm like, this can't be real. What is up with my luck? He casually mentions that he likes to gaslight people for fun. He's like, I'll just gaslight people for fun. I think it's fun. And I'm like, oh, really? I was like, are you aware of like maybe keeping certain things to yourself, even though they may be true? He's like, I don't believe
That's not something you want to.
And I said,
How do you know that?
I think I would know.
How do
I'm
you
from
know
Texas. I was dating men that I shouldn't have been dating when I was 17. It's 17. He looks at me with a straight up face, dude, and he goes, I know the age of consent in every state, and it's 16. What? And I just look at him horrified.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, dude, you did not just say that. And this is when he's like, I shouldn't have said that. It's not for the reason that you think. And I was like, dude, it doesn't even matter at this point. He's like, I'm just curious. I like knowing random things. And I'm like, dude. And we look it up. And of course, the age of consent is 17 because I'm never wrong. And it was just the most bizarre experience that I've ever had. He's blocked here on my TikTok because I don't want him finding my videos because I don't like people finding my content. Funny guy. He could be the next Jim Carrey. Just have a little more tact about what you let fly out of your mouth.
Yeah, or just like not be just such a human being. You know what set it off for me? You're old. When you told him that you were 28. As in, like, 28 is way older than what he's used to. I once met a dude who knew the age of consent was like 16. And I'm like, why are you looking that up? How do you know that? I don't know that. I don't feel like that's necessary information to know. So why do you know that? I wonder who it is, honestly. The next Jim Carrey. I will give you 1,000 potatoes if you can guess what TikToker that is. I hope you don't, because I don't have 1,000 potatoes. And I don't know how I would send them to you. I go into lives and put people as my profile picture. Oh, I love this trend. Oh, the best is when they post that they look alike and the TikToker's just like, no, we don't. You wish we looked alike. Let's see what her response is. Let me see.
Nothing too much. Slight. Something
We
slight.
look alike.
Something little, something slight. Things. You said we look alike. Oh my God. We do look alike. What the fuck? Hey, that just means you look good. That's all that means. Hell. Dude, that's crazy. We do look alike.
That's because it's you. That's because it's you. Win response. It's the funniest thing ever to watch them squirm as someone says, oh, we look alike. And they're like,
No, we don't. Girl, we don't look alike at all.
like as if to say, like, you look like shit and I don't. But it's literally their picture. Dead.
What the I'm already having the worst day at work. Like, I literally am crying. But I said, okay, I'll go do restock because I can be alone, I can cry, whatever.
Been there, babes.
And there's
Been there.
like, data or Wi-Fi in this room, right? And I just walked in and look. The door handle broke. I can't get out.
No.
Like, God really said, let me just make your day a little worse. So I can't call for help. Let's see how long it takes. It has now been 20 minutes. I did my restock. Now we wait. It's now been 30 minutes.
Anybody seen the bear?
I found a chocolate fish.
At least there's food in there.
It's been 50 minutes. I'm offended at this point.
Nobody knows you were there. Nobody even knew you were gone. Oh, God.
All right.
She's out.
This has gotten a little out of hand. Yes, I did get out an hour and a half after I got stuck in there. Like a lot of you said, I came up and my boss said, why didn't you just
That's all you had to
thank
do?
you all for being so concerned. Yeah, I don't know. Eventually one of my managers found me and, you know, asked if I was okay. And then my other manager, she felt really bad and she said, oh yeah, we could tell you were having a rough day, so we just wanted to give you some space. But, you know, she felt bad, so she gave me like a little chocolate cake. You know, it's nice. But thank you for the concern. I did not, in fact, die.
Good to hear, babes. Good to hear. But you did leave a mess with that TikTok, didn't you? Subscribe!